Hello, and welcome to Delegation of Dreamers. Today we have Tora Oven, is it?
Yes.
Welcome, Tora. Sorry to bring you in on this, but we're hoping we could speak with you, get some stories from you.
Great, but where am I? I don't remember getting here.
It's because this is a dream. You are in the world of dreams.
Oh,
Well, the realm of forgotten memories, to be exact.
Well, it's both, but
A dream eventually gets forgotten anyway. This is where it goes to rest.
this is this. I know that my actions lately have been maybe a bit abnormal, but I just don't. Basically, I just need to know if I'm here as a punishment or what's going on exactly.
No, we're not here to punish you. We just want to ask a few questions.
May I ask why you thought that?
Well, you see, I got this new spell, and I was really excited about it. And in a recent encounter, there was a group, and I may have accidentally, on purpose, slaughtered 6 people.
Accidents happen.
Yeah, that's what I think.
What sort of accident was it? Was it a magical accident?
What spell was it?
The spell is synaptic static. It's very new. I didn't think it would be as lethal as it was. So, I'm assuming I got some bad karma for that.
karma. I don't hear many people talk about that.
Is it abnormal?
Well, in the time I've been interviewing people so far, I don't think anybody's really thought of their karma. But we pull people from different walks of life, so...
Hold on a second. Rue, are you eating something?
How did you know?
Because I can hear it.
Gosh darn it.
Have something in your mouth, your voice will change, like no matter what you try to do about it.
My wings can only hide you so well, Rue.
Okay, I have crackers.
How
They're...
dare you? You'll have to wait until after the interview to eat.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't really expecting to talk until I started talking, and then I had I had a cracker in my mouth. So
I think not a lot of people expect to talk until they talk, so...
you'd be surprised. Some people think about it before they talk. They're the weird ones.
Heresy.
So, Tora, you kind of look like a gnome, but you smell like a dragon. What's up with that?
Well, that's very forward of you. I recently became a dragon. I was a gnome. I don't really know what else to tell you about that.
Well, how did it happen?
I died?
You died?
Yeah, really casual. I died.
This is just leading to more questions.
Yeah.
I never came into this telling you my story was an easy one. In fact, I never came into this telling you anything, so it's fine.
Let's start at the beginning. How did you die?
Well, not to be all heavy about this, but my dad disintegrated me. It's fine. Everything is fine.
As fathers do.
Yes. And my friends were able to use an orb to combine the remnants of my soul with a dragon heart. Simple, really.
Oh, okay. And that revived you?
Yeah, just like that.
Interesting. Not very often that I find people who are reborn, especially not as a dragon. What kind of dragon are you exactly?
I'm still figuring it out, but I am a diamond dragon.
Precious.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty impressive.
I have to bring up a disclaimer here. Dragonhearts will not resurrect people, no matter what you do. All right.
Well,
Keep going.
to be determined.
Different realms have different rules, eh, Ephraim?
You could fuck around and find out. I'd recommend that.
I don't tell people they should get Dragonhearts to resurrect people. It will not end well.
You said that it was an orb they used on the Dragonheart that resurrected you. Can you tell us a bit more about this orb?
Well, we have this orb. It's called the Gecko Orb. We've had it for a while, and we've used it to, I guess, reanimate people a few times. You know, I don't really remember exactly how we got it, but it's been around for a bit.
A few times. So you've done this before?
Oh, yeah.
With your party members?
Yes, I think that's correct. I lose track at this point. It's very mundane.
Did the resurrection somehow do something with your memory?
You know, I don't think so. I think I've just always kind of been this way.
I see.
Is there something wrong with that?
No, not at all. Just hoping to get good answers. So you didn't have a good relationship with your father, I take it.
No, I didn't.
How come he disintegrated you? Was that some kind of punishment?
Well, first you should know we were performers. We were kind of in a traveling carnival. He wanted me to continue performing, and I, didn't really want to. I wanted to see what was out there, and when I refused, he snapped. And he snapped before, but this was a whole new level, honestly.
Yeah, I guess he never killed you before.
Yeah, that's true. He did, beat the shit out of me a few times, but, it's fine. Look at me now, I'm fine!
I hope he got his just desserts.
Yeah, he's still out there.
Why would you want him to have dessert after that? I think it's horrible.
Is it bad that I knew you were going to ask that?
No, at this point, figures of speech are often lost on our friend here. Just desserts means that he got what is coming to him. As in, that he, got punished in return.
I'll remember that next time I order a just dessert.
Oh dear.
He'll get what's coming to him, I promise you that.
I've got a few questions. Specifically, what happens when you use this item? Do the people come back as what they are normally, or do they change?
Normally is a transformation of sorts, but it all depends. We don't really exactly know. It's not an exact science. I mean, I guess we could, kind of fuck around and find out a few more times and see how it goes.
Okay. And can you tell us a bit about your party?
Oh, man. It's a messy group, I'll tell you that. There's Yanlo, who's a very close friend of mine. She is a barbarian. There is Cinder, who is a fire genasi? Yes, fire genasi. I remember flaming hands and things. There is Empty Wind.
A wind genasi.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Wait, I just remembered. Yunlo is a monk, not a barbarian. My bad. Sometimes these details just kind of hit me. But no, Empty Wind is not a genasi. Empty Wind is a real fucking mess, if I'm honest. Kind of a spirit now, a janitor spirit, if you will. Take that however you will. Then we have Unoshi, who recently became a demon. So, we're kind of all over the place. But, I think we're just like any other party, right?
I haven't met a party whose party members became a demon, but, well, interesting. Did any of the other players become something more powerful, like a demon?
Oh, yeah, Cinder became a god.
Hang on a second.
A god.
No. I don't know why you guys are thrown by this. This is just a day in our lives.
I suppose, at this rate, It does seem not as unusual, but they just casually became a god.
Yeah. There was a scroll of godly ascension, I believe.
Ah.
Yeah, so basically our party is a bit of a shit show.
But that's why you have the janitor.
Exactly. You get it.
Note to self, find one of these scrolls.
Yes, it would have been so much nicer had I had a scroll when I ascended.
Believe me, I think many of us want the scrolls at this point, now that we know they're out there.
Do any of your party members have aspirations to become anything specific?
I mean, I don't want to speak for them, but I think a lot of us are aiming for either the god route or the demon route. You know, it's just gotta be a bit spicy, you know, we can't just be normal things anymore.
Yes, I suppose that's true. It would get boring after a while if everybody else was becoming gods and demons and you weren't. Speaking of the demon, what domain does he hold?
Oh, geez, I should remember that. Is it Wrath? I think it might be Wrath. I don't remember. But yeah, no, he's Wrath. He's really something. He scares the shit out of me on a consistent basis, but it's fine.
Interesting.
Also, I have to say that I believe that you became something better than a god. You became a dragon.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm still very new to it.
Well, you'll get the hang of it, I'm sure. And I must say, you all are a bit biased. I would say that dragons aren't necessarily better than anything else.
I am the most unbiased person I know.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Rue, how about you talk when your mouth isn't full of crackers?
Well, it's not full of crackers right now, I'll have you know.
No, it's full of shit. I'm sorry.
How dare
Got
you?
him.
How very dare you?
Hey, Prim, I think we'll go ahead and talk with HR at some point.
I couldn't stop myself.
I'll have you know that only my cousins eat shit. The Cephalotus Fae do not eat shit.
Well, it does make sense for plant creatures to. Never mind.
Is this how you guys normally are? Like, is this just the vibe?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we're rather bantery and not quite professional as we should be some of the times, but
I know that feeling pretty well.
So, what sort of quest are you and your party on right now?
We are, I guess, working to get rid of some of the bad karma in the realm. Not really a small quest, but it's fine.
Bad karma.
Yeah.
How would one go about doing so?
And who are these karma?
Well,
karma is a concept.
yes, I believe the karma in this sense is sins. So we're trying to, I guess, kind of get rid of some of the bigger sources of sins, dealing with some war things and trying to be diplomatic in some situations, but sometimes force is required.
And how does one go about doing so? Force is required for what? What's the action you're taking?
Are you asking me how we kick the shit out of people?
How did you kick the shit out of sins?
Oh! Alright, listen. Either we go in and we try to make the person better than they currently are, or we kill them and they can't sin anymore.
That leads to multiple questions, but I think I'll refrain from asking.
Well, I'm not going to refrain from asking, who is sinning so badly that you need to kill them?
Your normal nobility, war generals, you know, just the usual sort. I will say killing is not something we take lightly, despite my tone. Sometimes there is no other way.
The people that you don't kill, do you manage to stop them from sinning?
We certainly do our best. It's a process.
After you leave them, what prevents them from committing the sin after you've left the vicinity?
Our party has a monastery, so sometimes we've had people from the monastery check in on these people and kind of report back to us. It's just kind of keeping an eye on things.
And for those that you kill, would that not increase the karma by your own hand?
That is a later issue, my friend.
The way I'm looking at it, if you're getting rid of a source of bad karma, then your bad karma you're generating is probably less than what they were generating.
Exactly, you get it.
Yes, I think you're making a net gain. Well, a net loss? Which is the proper term for this one?
We're doing the work, okay?
I swear you're going to give me PTSD with all these nets, Rue.
Could you explain this concept of karma to me?
Yes. To put it simply, karma is kind of the effect on the universe that your decisions have. So if you feel something, there might be negative consequences that you may not consider to that action. Though it's just kind of your impact on the universe. There's good karma and there's bad karma. Simple, really.
Okay.
So how did you go about meeting this group of vagabonds?
Well, when I left the carnival, I ran into some trouble with some wolves, and that's when I met Yan Lo. Yan Lo actually saved me from the wolves and kept me company when I really needed it. And after that, we all just kind of met up, and I don't remember why we stuck together. I think it had something to do with a scroll, but I could not imagine going through all of this karma and reincarnation stuff without this group of people.
Sounds like your long time adventuring together has made you grown quite close.
I would say so.
Maybe there was some kind of adhesive on the scroll.
I didn't consider that. You could be right.
Oh dear. Is there anyone special in your life, or are you more promiscuous?
Sounds like you're making an assumption there about me.
Well, that's why I was asking, because there's basically two types of people. I'm trying to figure out which type you are.
Don't worry, she asked everyone who they sleep with.
Okay. Alright, so I won't take it personally yet. Yeah, I do have a girlfriend, actually. Her name's Tanya.
Ah.
Tell us about her.
She is an artificer. Her group actually saved her from, I guess, a dungeon. She was a prisoner, and we saved her. And listen, I know it sounds kind of shady, but yeah, and she's now with us, so I guess she went from one bad situation to a slightly less bad one. I'm not
Nice.
forcing her to be with me, I'm telling you that now, but saying it out loud and spelling it out, it does sound like I took her from a bad situation and just, ran.
Well,
I've heard of worse romances.
She's not forced to stay with you.
Yeah.
And you're not stuck to her with the adhesive scroll.
Yes. So she has this, invention that she made called the Jade Door, where she basically was able to craft another dimension where we can rest and hang out and live. And she spends a lot of her time there. She really isn't big on fighting.
Okay, I have a few of those myself.
Oh, you have pocket dimensions. Interesting.
so another question I have that's maybe not as important, but what is something that you miss most when you're traveling, and what is something you miss most when you're not traveling?
I think when I'm traveling, I miss a sense of stability. I value having consistency at times. So when traveling, not always knowing where you're going to bed or when you're going to wake up, things like that are a bit stressful. staying in the same place can also be very boring, depending on where it is. I would say typically, though, as long as I have good company and my instruments, I'm absolutely fine.
What sort of instruments?
I play the lute. I also have drums. I don't play with those as much as I should, but, everyone has a preference.
Have you heard of this dance called the cablate?
No.
Good. Moving on.
What?
I want to ask you,
Mhm.
going from a forest gnome to a dragon wymling, how do you like it?
I definitely feel more powerful as a dragon. I only recently got my actual dragon form, but I think I have more potential.
Can you turn into a real dragon?
Yes. I only recently acquired that ability, but
Can you show us?
I'm
Ooh, that's pretty.
a pretty bitch.
You are a pretty bitch.
Thank you.
Another question for you. After you've defeated or brought down the karma to an acceptable level, well, in your realm, what are your plans for afterwards?
Oh, that is a big question. I don't know if I've given much thought to the future, honestly. The scroll of godly ascension does really call to me. If I can track down something of that nature, I'm absolutely going that route. But otherwise, yeah, I guess I have to figure that out. I guess I just kind of always assumed we wouldn't make it.
Well, that's kind of grim.
Listen, you die once, and you kind of figure, hey, this probably is my last chance, right?
I
Well,
suppose.
the upside is that when you die, you'll know that you won't be able to kill more people. Thus, you won't be able to create more bad karma.
That's true. Maybe in dying, I will be doing a service.
That's a positive way to look at it.
On a less depressing note, two questions. First, what would you do as a god?
I'm not sure. I've tried to think of what domains I would like. I don't know. I think doing something with music creation would be great. But I don't know. I just really think that there's a lot of bad out there. And I've seen too much of it, honestly.
You've lived through some of it as well,
Yes.
and died through some of it.
Exactly.
Okay. So, note to self, your world has lots of evil. Probably not best to visit.
Yeah.
Rue, let's face it, if you went there, you'd join in the chaos.
I'll have you know I am not chaotic. Usually. Maybe sometimes. But, on another note, going back to my other question, have you heard of shaken milk? Or as commoners call it, milkshakes?
Damn it.
I don't believe that I have, actually. Try to enlighten me.
Yes, milkshakes, or shaken milk as I like to call it, is a
sin.
It is a dairy product made of frozen dairy and normal liquid dairy with some sweeteners and some flavoring, all
You
blended
ingest
together.
it and feel shame.
So I'm hearing that it's negative karma.
No, that's just because I ask everybody about it except for like one or two people because I'm trying to find the worlds that have it. I should probably stop mentioning it every time we get a visitor, but we don't get visitors every day. So,
Rue, we're going to make you a pamphlet that you can just hand to people to explain this.
that would be very good, actually.
Have you seen this milkshake?
Just make a quick little song, like a jingle about it.
I could do that.
I can write the music for you.
We could collaborate. Bards working together.
Yes. Please.
Did I ask you what your party was doing? Like, what quest were they on?
To destroy karma.
Yeah.
To destroy karma? Yeah, I felt like I had gotten the answer, but I didn't write it down.
Yeah, we got sidetracked a bit, and
Ephraim, do you need to lay down?
Yeah. think we all do after this.
Fair.
Agreed.
Another question. You have a partner, but are you still, like, flirty with other people? Is your relationship open? Or are you more of a one-gal kind of gal?
Well, I am a bard, but, flirting is flirting, and there's no harm in that. I don't know if we're exactly open, though.
Ah. So a little bit of flirting is okay, but getting anything too serious would be not so good.
Yes. I did kiss a party member just in order to get something. There was like this robe for sale, and basically the merchant said, hey, if you kiss someone, you get it. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. So the whole party was like debating on who should kiss, and I just wanted the robe so bad that I just grabbed Cinder and I was like, yeah, this is what we're doing.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, no, it was fine. It was a good time. I just don't get why that has to be such a big deal.
I would say, unless it's their first kiss, then it's not quite that big a deal. It wasn't their first kiss, was it?
I hope not. I don't think so.
Ah, good, good. The first kiss should always be special.
You're such a romantic, Rue.
Well, I still haven't actually kissed anyone either, so...
Don't look at me.
Oh.
While I have no interest in kissing anyone here right now, I'm still looking for that special someone. Anyway, that's enough about me, and enough about kissing, I suppose. Do you
Thank you.
Do you two have any other questions? Because I'm starting to run out of them.
I have one final question. As you go around changing people's minds to become better or possibly killing them, is there any... How do I put this?
Remorse?
No, not remorse. Do you have any criminal background due to this?
Are you asking if I've committed crimes?
Considering I'm assuming killing people is a crime.
No, I'm saying prior to this.
Well, yes.
Listen, I have not. I mean, being in the Carnival, there was a lot of crime and horrible things everywhere. My title there was a pain acrobat. So you take that as you will. But no, I never really fit in with the crowd there. And I guess in a way, it's been a process getting me to be so candid about killing people. I don't think that's necessarily a good thing that has happened, but it's just part of the quest at this point.
Understood. And have you been convicted since you started the quest?
No.
You simply kill a person and walk and no one cares?
Believe me, there is a level of remorse that I have that I feel I will always be repenting for my own sins and my own karma, but there is work to be done. Can't dwell forever.
Understood. All right. That is all the questions that I have. We thank you for joining us here today.
Of course.
Right, so you have as in time and have a good awakening.
Could you say that one more time?
I hope you have a pleasant time and have a good awakening.
Because it's so hard to edit.